Welcome back to Sippin With Sin, the #1 podcast about 7 things and stuff important to everybody across the world, across the astral plane, across, there's everywhere. Everywhere in the galaxy. We're just going to say that. Or as my son likes to say, the solar system. I don't know why. We're all about that. But, yeah. Welcome back. Episode 121. That's right. 121 episodes of our nonsense of Christian rants. And if by some miracle you have a counter of Christian's rants, then I would love to know what number we're on. But speaking of Christian, let's go on and get him here before he starts ranting before we even introduce him again. But our esteemed colleague, the one and only Mr. Christian.
How you guys doing today? Feels good to be back for another episode. We got a couple things to talk about, so I guess we'll hop right into it.
We're going to talk about dick butt.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Okay. What we like to talk about, what we're watching, reading, listening to, and playing. Lately, we'll just get into that because we do have some stuff to talk about. And I actually want to ask Christian about something too, but maybe we'll wait until after that before we get into what we normally discuss or what we're planning to discuss, our cinema for the week, obviously what we've been talking about for the last 7 weeks and stuff. But so I have been playing Call of Duty Black Ops. I was lucky enough, community member hooked me up with Game Pass, so I've been playing that and playing it with the community. It's been a lot of fun. We've been doing the camo grind, which gives you an incentive than just going around doing the pew pew pew, and all that stuff. Like you're actually grinding, unlocking cool camos, and be like, hey, flex, look at my stuff, and it's just fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's this game probably because we're doing so much of the community's playing, and usually when I play, several people are playing, and we'll get in Discord and we'll just be chatting and stuff like that. It's giving me that old school vibe, Christian. You know what I'm talking about? Like the older game, like when everybody would just be kind of bantering and hanging out and having fun. Like you don't really care. I mean, obviously you're trying to win and you're trying to do good, but it's not really about that. Everybody's kind of grinding, you're doing your thing, and we're just kind of like all bullshitting for the most part. And it's that vibe. And I like that. That was one of the things I always used to like back in the days. And you know what I'm talking about. You just get friends in like a party chat and you're just vibing out. This is a good time,
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's been fun. The movement's good. The gunplay's good. Some of the maps are ass, but for the most part, the game's pretty good. Past that, I have been playing Hades again. I started just playing Hades on the side as like a chill game, just to kind of chill a little bit in the evenings and stuff like that. And dude, that game is gorgeous. You've played Hades, right?
I haven't played it. I've just seen the gameplay.
You would love Hades. You like roguelike games, don't you? We're like, oh, dude, you would love Hades. First off, the art style, you would possibly have to change your pants just because the art is beautiful. Soundtrack is awesome. Game is fun. The voice acting's good. And you go through the levels. You're like making your way out, trying to get an escape from like hell. And then if you die, you go back to like Hades, like the home, and you do stuff and like you level up and you go back again. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, it was up for Game of the Year. I can't remember if it won when it was out. It's older, but it is a fantastic game. It was on sale.
I feel like it did win some things.
I mean, it deserves it. There is Hades too. I haven't played it, but Hades has been kind of like my chill, fun game. Like it's one of them I can do like 1 or 2 runs and be like, all right, cool, turn off. Because it saves and then come back and pick up where I left off, and it's fun. I like it. So I've been doing that. I watched, it's not, I guess it is the season premiere, but it's not the season premiere because it's like a mid-season premiere of Yellowstone. And look, full disclaimer, I am typically not into Westerns or cowboy shows. It is typically not what I gravitate to. Now, there are exceptions. Movies like Tombstone, stuff like that. There are fantastic movies, fantastic like things, with the Western theme that I get into. Yellowstone was one that people kept hyping up, and it was actually when the outage happened in Nashville, Christian. That big around Christmas. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was around Christmas. Me and the missus were like looking, and there was like a Yellowstone marathon on, and we're like, screw it. So we like just turned on, I forget what episode it was on, and we watched like part of the episode. I was like, damn, this show's actually kind of good. Like this is... Yes, it's Western. There's like horses, cattle, and they're doing cowboy things, but it's like more like not a crime, but like one of those, like it's almost like a Western mafia kind of thing. It's like, hey, I'll do anything for my land, including like cat people and stuff, like battles over that and like owning land and stuff. So we got into it. We ended up binging all of them. And then I can't remember when the season stopped, but it stopped. And then apparently there was like a big dispute with Kevin Costner, who's like one of the stars of it. And he's like, deuces, I'm out. Now he's alive and he's like the dad in the show. And he's like, deuces, I'm out. And so I was like, how the hell is this going to play? Like, what are they doing with him? They straight up
like
capped his ass at the beginning of the episode. They're like, he got assassinated.
Oh.
Like, yeah, they didn't say he's assassinated. You know he's assassinated. But, like, the characters, they made it look like he committed, like, you know, he killed himself.
But Kevin Costner wanted out?
Kevin Costner
Like, real life?
left. There was, like, some dispute. I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend to, like, know what all is going on. But the show is very well received and is doing very well. There's tons of Yellowstone crap everywhere, you know, getting great reviews, doing very well. It's got spinoffs already, and I don't know what happened, but Costner's like, I'm done. I don't know if he got into it with showrunners or what. But kind of sucks. I like Costner. I actually do like Kevin Costner as an actor. But yeah, he's out. And sorry if I just spoiled it, but I mean, by the time this comes out, there ought to be like another episode out or something. So yeah. So I've been watching that. That premiere happened. It is like season 5, but that was like episode 9. So it's like there was a huge gap between when it stopped. I think it might have stopped last year around November or something to now. And they were going to release it earlier. It was going to be like early in the year or something, like a couple months, kind of like Invincible did, where it like split really weird. They were going to do something like that. And then for some reason, I don't know what all happened, but yeah. So it ended up being like a long hiatus, and it's just now starting back. So I've been watching that. And then Christian, I watched a movie, and Christian's like, here we go. And I would like to talk to you about it, but I have to be very careful because I don't want to ruin it, because I know you have not seen this movie.
Okay.
But that movie would be Joker 2.
Okay.
And if you have listened to this podcast within the last, how many months, Christian, since this movie's been?
2 months.
I mean, no, since we've talked about Joker 2, like.
Oh, at least a year.
There's not been a lot of optimism about this movie. So we watched it. First and foremost, this movie is almost 2.5 damn hours long.
That's a long one for a musical as well.
Look, okay, I'm gonna be honest. The musical part does not bother me because I understand. Like, it is what it is. Could I do without a lot of it? Yeah. It doesn't bother me because of how in the first movie, like, you have trouble distinguishing Arthur's reality from what's in his head, right?
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of the musical stuff is the fantasy, if you will. Like, it's them.
Okay.
Right. This movie has been shit on by, I think, pretty much everybody. And
sounds about right.
I will say this. The bad reviews and stuff are not Phoenix or Lady Gaga's fault. I feel like they did what they could do, and they both did a good job for what they had. I think the downfall of this movie is the writing. I feel like you take an exceptional movie in Joker, and then I don't really know. I mean, I kind of see what they were trying to do, but you essentially made it way too long for a court trial. Like, essentially that's all it is a court trial, and it was 2.5 hours, and you just drug on. There wasn't a lot of what we needed from the Joker. I want to say there are a couple Easter eggs. One of them I don't think is really a spoiler. Do you know who the prosecuting attorney is, Christian, for the trial? Oh, wow.
I'm going to assume it's Harvey Dent.
It's Harvey Dent. I don't know that I'm crazy about who they got to play Harvey Dent. He was kind of small and just felt a little off for me.
Gotcha.
Based on the Harvey Dents we've seen, you know, like, he's always been not a big dude, but he's not been like a tiny little guy.
Got it.
But that's fine. I want to tell you the end, like the stuff, and it's it's kind of cool, and I could kind of see what they were trying to do. But I feel like they kind of ruined Arthur as a character in this. Like I don't know. And again, it's not Phoenix's fault. He's still the same, same like he did last time. He crazy skinny, malnourished. Lady Gaga's a pretty good Harley Quinn for the most part, or Lee Quinzel, or because I guess it's a short. I don't know. But it's way too long, I think, because we honestly had to stop, and then we had like another hour left, and we had to pick back up there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The visuals are cool. Like, I don't know. I wonder if Phillips was like, I am done with this, so I'm just going to kind of phone it in and kind of screw up. Because you could have really made more, I feel like, with what they built the Joker to be. Because they kind of hyped him up to the end where he was like this figure, and still Gotham is really, really like behind Joker. Like, the people want Joker. They want that chaos. You get Arkham. You get to see Arkham stuff. I guess it's Arkham. Like, he's obviously in the nut house.
Yeah, from what I understand it is, yeah. But I mean, I gotta go watch it to see.
Do you have any questions without spoiling?
Are you glad that you watched it?
I am, so I know. Because, like, I went in, obviously, me and you've talked about it. I wouldn't go to theaters to watch it. I will wait. If you are listening out there, personally, my personal recommendation is wait until it's streaming somewhere where you can just watch it, with whatever streaming service you have. That's my personal recommendation. I'm glad I watched it. I went in with very low expectations, really, really, really hoping to be like, that's not as bad as people made it. It is not the worst movie I've ever seen. I will say that. It is not the worst thing I've ever seen. But it's also, once you go from the high of Joker to this, you're just like, man, this is not great. Like, this was kind of, I feel like nothing really happened in this whole movie. He falls in love. And you know what? He gets obsessed like he did last time with the chick again. And he gets kind of stupid about it. And I don't know. So I'm glad I watched it. But I would not recommend people paying for it, which is probably bad because this is how you support, people getting these roles and stuff. But it's a letdown after the last one.
I think that's fair to say.
I would rate it, if I rated it, this is me being generous. Look, just if Phoenix did awful, which I think it'd be pretty hard for him not to do a good job. He's a really good actor. I mean, right? Dude's very talented. Lady Gaga is surprisingly a pretty good actress. I mean, she's kind of surprised me, with the different roles she's been in. And I don't think she's not like Rob Zombie's wife, right? Where it's just like, she's
Sherry.
super annoying and she's here. She does a good job. Obviously she can sing. It's a musical part, so plays to her strength. She has a great voice. Phoenix actually doesn't have a bad voice either, which he's done Walk the Line, right? When he was Johnny Cash. Yeah.
I don't think he sang all that, but it doesn't matter.
I mean, I don't know how much he's singing this. His voice is a little rougher in this in parts, but I mean, it should be, because I can't imagine Arthur Fleck out here belting out some songs, and dancing around. I would, because their acting isn't the problem. I think the writing is. So I don't know if that's a Todd Phillips thing or what they're doing. I want to give it a 5, but I might give it a 6 just because, I don't know. I might have to go 5.5.
Okay.
That might be, I don't know.
Cool.
I don't even know if
I know that he refused any input from DC as a whole. Like, he pretty much told DC to go fuck off, and then he was gonna do what he wanted to do.
Mrs. Sin said, "Wow, that's a low score." Look, she told me a 7 the other day, and I was like, I feel like that's way too generous. Miss Sin. Okay,
A
if that's a low score, would you
7.
watch this movie again? Does it have what's Christian rating scale? Is it worth your time? Is it worth your dime? What's the last one?
Did you have fun?
Did you have fun? There you go. Christian's rating score. Is it worth your time? I don't have 2.5 hours to spend on that again anytime soon. So I'm gonna say no on that one. Is it worth your dime? Well, I didn't pay to watch it, so yeah. I mean, I guess it is if it's free. That's why I said wait till it comes out on a streaming service.
You already said you wouldn't go see it in theaters, so that
Yeah,
means it's
no.
not
So
worth
that
your
answers
time.
that. The final one, was it fun? It has moments and Easter eggs, like I guess Easter eggs, sort of. It has moments where it's good, and there's one or two scenes where you're like, "This is the Joker I've wanted for the movie," and you get it for like a glimpse, and then it's gone. And you're like, "Well, damn. Okay, now back to this nonsense again."
Oh.
So based on Christian's thing, I'm sticking with a 6. Final answer to answer all of those. No, I would not watch it again, and I would not pay to see it. I guess it was a smidgen fun, but not a ton of fun. See, there we go. Mrs. Sin gives it a 6. So exactly, that answers Christian. That tells you everything you need to know. In hindsight, if I was to compare it to the other one, what did you rate Joker? The first one.
The first one, I think I gave the first one like a 9. I'm pretty sure I gave the first one like either an 8 or a 9.
I see the first one I would say is in a 9 category easily. I think the first one's it's very, very well done. If it was shorter, I would change some answers, but it was that's what I'm saying. It's too long for nothing to really happen. Essentially. Like, I don't know. That's my rant on it. I got to play Christian this week and rant about something. I can't wait for Christian to watch it because then we can really deep dive and we can discuss things that I don't want to ruin because I know DC is near and dear to his heart, so I don't want to ruin it. Or for those out there that are like, I want to watch it. Huh?
I know that I'll watch it. I just don't know when
I would. I'm telling you, this is my wait until it's streaming like on Max or something. Just wait. When it's streaming, then go for it.
I mean, I'm not in any hurry to see it, if that helps.
It was there, like it was available for us, and we were like, you know what? Let's check it out. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's going on. And then we watched it and we're like, okay, damn. Sweet. I'm hoping they're done now after the flop, right? Like they're done.
Yeah, that's over with. There won't be any more of those. We'll get sorry for that yawn, guys. We'll get James Gunn's DC we'll get all his stuff. And then Matt Reeves' The Batman World, like we'll get the sequel to that, especially with how Penguin ended. So
well, I have to bring up something, but I don't know if I should save it to closer time to Penguin. And I wish Jordan was in chat because this is all Jordan's fault.
Is he not in chat?
I don't see Jordan right now in the kick chat, so I'll wait. Just remind whenever we get to that, be like, hey, what were you going to bring up about James Gunn and Matt Reeves? Okay. Can you remember?
I got you.
Just so we keep it. Okay.
Got you.
The last thing before I forget about it, I want to bring up, I have not watched it, but the time of recording this, tomorrow is my son's birthday, which is awesome. That's nothing to do with watching, but the day after that, there's a massive fight, which I fully don't see how it won't, but should shatter all like viewing records, considering it's being broadcast on Netflix. Christian, do you know anything about this fight? You have to know about this fight, right?
Is it the Tyson fight?
Yes. Mike Tyson, who is 58 or 9, is fighting Jake Paul in a sanctioned bout, and it is streaming on Netflix, which is insane. I don't know that Netflix has ever really done fights like that, and I don't know Netflix's subscriber base, but I mean, pretty much everybody has Netflix or a way to get Netflix. So it's going to be a huge fight, which means they got paid a huge bag. Thoughts on the fight? Yeah. And who do you think wins? Jake Paul's what, 20? I'm not looking it up. He's 20. I'm going to say 26-ish range, 28.
Yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, I'm on my money's on Tyson. If Tyson loses, like you cannot convince me that it wasn't rigged. Yeah. Jake Paul's 27, by the way.
That's close.
Yeah, he literally after this fight, his birthday is in January, so he'll be 28 in the beginning of January, mid January. But anyway, aside from that, Like I don't see Jake Paul winning. And if Jake Paul for some reason does win, it's bullshit. Like it's complete garbage. Um, I mean, he's lost. It's not like he's unbeatable or anything. He definitely took a loss. His brother is a much better version of him. Um, even though that's not the question you asked, but like
Well, not as a
one
boxer, he's
hundred
not. I
percent.
think Jake Paul's a better boxer than Logan. Logan
I
is
think Jake. I think Jake Paul's a better boxer than Logan. I think Logan's a
Logan's
better
a hell of an
person.
athlete, though. I am not a fan of the Pauls, but I have to give the devil their due. Like Logan's a good athlete. Elf said
Yeah.
in chat he thinks it's gonna be a boring fight. I think so. It's if I understand correctly. I don't know all the rules and like normal stuff. Like I think it's 2 minute rounds. Which if you've ever been in a fight, that's 2 minutes of swinging is a lot. Like you get, you're gonna get gassed. But they normally are 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I think maybe 3 minutes. But they
Mm.
trimmed it down. Obviously, Tyson's age and to preserve power and hopefully make it exciting. I think the first round's gonna be very slow. They're gonna be kind of feeling each other out and like. I would imagine Paul's probably scared of making a mistake and getting caught because Mike Tyson, and if you want to see knockouts, go to prime Mike Tyson. That dude was a bad man.
The fact that this is even a thing that's happening is already ridiculous in my
Yeah.
opinion. But like, just I mean, we're telling it like it is. Like Jake Paul gets hit solid one time, that's lights out, bro. It's
Tyson
literally
was a
day cold, night cold. He's
monster.
out.
Like he was, and this dude. Okay, Tyson not only was a monster. This was a monster that was coked out, high off his ass most of the time, doing whatever he wanted. Like he still looked like a freak of nature whenever he got in the ring. Like just muscles and it was. It's I don't know. My prediction is I obviously there's a lot of money for this fight with Netflix. I feel like it's gonna go because if Tyson loses, it doesn't really hurt him. Like at this point, he's Mike Tyson. He's almost 60 years old. You can be like, well, he's Tyson. He's 60 years old. Like he's already done. His legacy's there. Like all he did back in the day, right? Down
Mm.
to the ear bite, everything. If Jake Paul loses, obviously I think it hurts him a little bit because he lost to a 60-year-old, an actual boxer. Mike Tyson, one of the best boxers ever. I think it goes. I think it will be slower because boxing tends to be slower. But I think in the end, it's probably gonna be like a split decision or draw or something. And I kind of feel like a money thing where they're gonna be like, "Hey, pull up," or I don't know. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see somebody get knocked the hell out. Like somebody just
I
get
mean,
ran.
if it's only 2 rounds and they're making
No,
this
it's
much
two
money,
minute rounds.
and
The 2 minute 8 rounds for 2 minutes each. I think maybe somebody in chat may know for sure. I feel like it's 8 rounds.
we'll see. I think even with like the fight being slow and kind of boring, they're about to make a bunch of money off of it. I think the best thing
Dude,
that could happen
they're making bank, and it's at AT&T
is
Stadium, which is like what 100,000 cap.
honestly don't know.
That's yeah.
I
There's a
think
lot of
Tyson
money to be made off
should
this.
come out. I think Tyson should come out and just like explode, dude. Just like straight up, not let up, destroy Paul, hit him right in his like catch him, dude. Like seriously, just catch him. It doesn't need to be like a crazy like uppercut. It doesn't have to be any movie shit. Just like catch him with a solid, powerful hit, and that be it. The only thing that would happen is if Jake isn't knocked out at that point, and the other thing that I think would happen is he would just kind of run the rest of the fight, and
Well,
then that's where the
that's what they're
boringness would
prepping
come in.
for. There's a 3 episode like docu series talking about like the 8 months or a year, whatever they've been trying to get to this fight, like the training, and then like obviously Tyson had like an ulcer or something that it was supposed to happen back in July and it got pushed to now. And then Tyson said something. He was like, he can't win the fight running. He has to come to me eventually and actually get some points. Like he can run all he wants, but he has to come, try to hit me eventually, and that's when I'm gonna get his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Elf said in chat, it's 2 minute rounds with 14-ounce gloves for a sanctioned pro bout scheduled for 8 rounds. Man, I don't know.
14-ounce gloves.
Look, I'm not
Interesting.
I watch boxing and I'll watch big boxing fights and stuff. I'm not the most knowledgeable about boxing. I tend to prefer UFC personally. I like MMA.
Mm.
But I'm definitely watching Friday. I'm watching, and I'm with you. I'm pulling for Tyson. I'm not a big Paul fan. I can respect the dude's getting in there, and I can respect he's getting in with Mike Tyson, even a 60-year-old Mike Tyson. I'm not going in and messing with his ass. Tyson,
Dude, Tyson could be fucking 83. Like, no, I'm still not doing it.
dude,
No,
dude was a killer
unless
back
his
then. I
arms
mean,
don't work anymore. Like, nah. But also, like I said, man, like I said, I think that if Jake loses, it doesn't really hurt him. We're different in this. I don't think it really hurts him because, like, if you're gonna lose to Mike Tyson, right? But if he wins, bro, if he wins,
see
I
the
think
knock
that
on
it's
Jake is though
still
he's fighting like old MMA people. He's fighting like MMA people that are like essentially out of the business, and he's only
right.
fought
I mean,
one
it's
legit
it's
boxer,
marketing.
and he lost. So they're
It's
saying like
marketing,
you
bro.
can't fight a
It's
real
all
boxer.
yeah. It's all marketing. Like all that stuff
Dude,
is
no,
heavily
the Pauls
marketed.
are
It's like
fantastic at
that on
marketing.
purpose.
100%. Dudes are next level. They know how to hype events and market. That's one thing they've always been good at. Both of them, both brothers. That's why they're successful.
I agree.
But both of us are Team Tyson. We'll let you guys know next week if we were right or not, or how the fight went. I'm sure most people. I'm very curious to see the numbers. Like I'm very excited for analytics on this because I don't
Man,
was
we'll see.
McGregor, Mayweather. Wasn't that the most viewed fight?
I believe it was.
What are the numbers on it? I'm gonna try to look that up real quick.
Look that up. Let me know.
Most viewed, because this is obviously gonna shatter that with it being accessible. Most viewed fight of all time. Yeah, 2015 bout between Mayweather and Pacquiao drew 4.6 million pay-per-view buys. The fight of the century. Wow. Yeah. Really. 4.3 was Mayweather McGregor, so 4.6 Pacquiao and yeah. Damn. All right. Christian, what have you been into this past week? We will get off that. And are you going to watch the fight? That's my final question about the fight for you.
The goal is to do that, but we'll see what happens. Life has been crazy the last, month. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
But like I said, that's the goal. As far as like what I've been, watching, reading, listening to all that, I've been doing a lot of reading lately, comic books and novels. I've read Absolute Batman issue number 2, another fantastic issue. I love it. I want more injected into my veins right now. I know I talked in tandem about the first issue. Second issue picks up, and we get a little more backstory. Backstory. Like Bruce, we see his routine, right? He goes to work, he does what he's supposed to do, then he kind of disappears into the shadows, and that's when he starts doing his Batman shit. Alfred has put out a bunch of things in order to keep Bruce safe and protected. And then he decides not to do that anymore because the people that he works for, who we don't know this organization still, they pretty much tell him to, stop protecting the Batman, like, take him out if need be. And so he pretty much takes away all the safety nets that he has out for Bruce. He knows who Bruce is, who Batman is, all that stuff. He takes away those safety nets and then realizes that Bruce will never stop. He just keeps going. And I can't remember the exact verbiage that he used, but he pretty much says like Bruce will keep going and keep doing his Batman thing until he dies. Like he won't stop. And I thought that was insane, but like in a good way. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of stuff that you want to see. And I'm gonna try to pull the issue up here because I read it digitally, but I have a physical copy in my pull box. I just haven't pulled it yet. But I'm really looking forward to, having a physical copy of that. I'm very, very excited. Some other books like comics that I wanted to read this week. Black Lightning issue 1 came out. Power Rangers Prime came out that I'm looking forward to picking up. There was, of course, some Marvel stuff, but I honestly can't remember the Marvel books that I wanted to pick up just because I'm just now getting back into reading Marvel instead of waiting for storylines to wrap up and then finish them. I was interested in reading Batgirl for a little bit, the new story, but I kind of just decided not to read that, so I didn't even try to pick that up. But just in general, been reading those things, and as soon as I can remember what Alfred said about Batman, because I can't remember off the top of my head right now, and it's bothering me real bad. But know that issue 2 of Batman, really good, solid issue. Really enjoyed it. The artwork continues to be good. Seeing Bruce as Batman do his Batman thing is awesome. I really like the cover of this issue. We found out that Bruce talks to Joe Chill, the guy that killed his dad, which is interesting. So I really like that. And then like this is a good for people who like Batman but haven't been Batman in a while or who aren't super hot on Batman. This is how you do. Bringing in a new Batman, Barbara Gordon's a beat cop. The Rogues Gallery of Batman villains, sans the Joker, of course, are like all Bruce's friends in real life. So the downfall of these characters is going to hit us so hard. Like I am scared to see what's going to happen once we get there, because I know that he had a big they play poker like every week, and I know Bruce is in on these games and he's talking to Wayland, he's talking like Killer Croc, he's talking to Harvey Dent, he's talking to Edward Nigma. Like it's real cool to see these characters just shooting the shit and talking about what's going on, and Bruce actually is like talking to them about what's going on in the city with the party animals and stuff in a way to kind of get information without, letting them know who he is, what he's doing. I just really, really like it. And seeing more of this version of Batman just do his Batman shit, dude. It's like if you're a Batman fan and you're not reading this, like don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Go read it and then come back. It's that good. Like I will die on that hill. It's fantastic. I will also say at the end of the comic, the end of the comic is my favorite part. The end of the comic, Bruce or Batman is getting caught up. Like he's in a trap. Alfred shows up and is pretty much like, "Hey, I'm gonna help you. I've been following you. I'm doing all this. Like, listen to me. Give me 30 seconds." Bruce is like, "You got 30 seconds," and Alfred says, what does he say? What does he say? What does he say? Oh my God. Alfred's like, I've come to believe that we can help each other. Just give me a chance to explain. Bruce says 30 seconds. Alfred starts explaining what he's doing and how to help him. And then he says, but I have a car hitting out back unless you have one. Bruce steps on a pedal because they're in this dark room right now. Alfred doesn't know where they are. Bruce steps on this pedal, Alfred falls down, and Bruce is like, "You're standing on it." And then the very next panel shows Bruce in his version of the Batmobile, which is this fucking giant, like, bulldozer thing. Like, it's ridiculously big. And I love it. And that's how the issue just ends there. And it's like, it's really cool. Then you get like a little side story at the end. It's like one page thing continuing Bruce's childhood essentially, and he meets Selena. He's talking to her, and then you get a page of her in like a little black hoodie with cat ears on it, alluding to who she is. And when they do these poker games every week, Selena isn't there. She's conveniently out of the country, so we know that she's Catwoman. But like just the way that they do it's really cool. Moving on from the comic books, I'm reading a novel called Slewfoot right now. It's by an author called Brahm. I'm really enjoying it. In a nutshell, Slewfoot is about a woman who lives in Puritan country. Like this is all back in the 1600s. So it's like Puritan culture. Women are seen, not heard. Everything, praise be God, like that kind of thing. And it's like witches, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if you've seen the show Salem, you kind of know where I'm going with this. If you've seen anything or read anything about Salem witch trials, you kind of know what's going on. Women, if they step out of line, if you will, in this time, then they get kind of blamed for being witches and having dealings with the devil and all this shit. But like in her case, it's true. Um, but it's weird. Like I'm over halfway done with the book, and I don't want to like overshoot right now because I'm still doing a lot of guesswork, but like she does end up meeting this creature that she believes to be the devil. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know what his powers is. He doesn't know like where he fits in the world, and they like keep doing these little ritual spells to help her in her plight. Right, her husband gets killed, early on in the book, very early in the book, and her husband's brother, her brother-in-law, is a total pos. He's trying to take the land from her. He's trying to take her home and then like sell it essentially. So she makes these deals in order to make enough money to pay him off completely so that the land is hers. There's a lot of stuff going on in between that I don't really want to get into because we get really hardcore into spoiler territory. But I'm really enjoying that. And I'm trying to finish it quickly because there's another book that I want to read that I talked about last week on the pod called The Stranger. That's the book, the Stephen King novel, and I think it has we talked about it
Outsider,
having the
not Stranger.
HBO. The Outsider. I said The Stranger. Sorry, The Outsider. I want to read The Outsider, so I'm hoping to get into that. And aside from that, I did finish the book I was reading last week, Nosferatu, that has the show that was on Shutter as well. I think it's spelled
Yeah,
Nos4A2,
it's a
Nosferatu.
weird spelling.
I Yeah, they explain why it's that way in the book, and it's because that character is really fucking old, and him and his first wife saw they went on their first date to go see a movie that happened to be Nosferatu, and she started calling him that because of the way that he moves around and the way that he kind of takes energy from people in a certain way, and he kind of took that upon himself to make it like an inside joke, and that's why that's the name of his license plate on the car that he
Is it
has. But
good?
in this book, the book is good. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I really liked it. You can tell this is a Stephen King like esque book, right? Like his son wrote this book, but these characters absolutely have what's called the shine. I think I explained that last week. So if you heard me say that on the last pod, bear with me for a second here. But like these characters absolutely have the shine. So if you've read any of Stephen King's novels where characters have these like weird innate abilities or powers, like that's what it is. They all stem from the same place, and the characters in this book definitely have it. The way they explain it is awesome. They don't use the word shine. That's the word I'm using because I've read more Stephen King novels than the average person, I guess. But they definitely have it. The way that they use it is great. The way they explain how they use it, the toll it takes on them, what it does to them mentally, physically, like all of that, fantastic. Very well written. There were genuine parts of this book that had like real nice suspense to them. Like none of it was scary for me. There were some very suspenseful parts, and I will say, in most horror media, the best fucking characters get killed. My favorite character in this novel, Nosferatu, died, and I was just like, fucking why? Why does she need to? Why does she need to die? Like it really sucked. Um, and I was hurt when she went, and she knew what was gonna happen. She knew she was gonna die. She went into the situation knowing that she was gonna die, and she had her head held high and did her fucking thing. And what she does leads the main character to get to the point that they need to go for the end of the book. But all the best characters die, and it just really sucks because Stephen King does the same thing. You have a character that you get really attached to, and then bam, something happens to them, they're gone. Um, but yeah, man, I really did like this book. Nosferatu, definitely recommend it. It was a Christmas horror novel. Like the main character has this world that he conjured up called Christmas Land.
Hmm.
So, like I said, it's very much Christmas themed reading this. So it's time appropriate at the time of this recording. We're still in November, but everybody's talking about Christmas. Everywhere you go is Christmas. Everything right now. So it's really it was really fitting to have that. So if Mrs. Sin is listening and she hasn't read the novel Nosferatu, I 100% recommend it. Like I said, definitely feels like it's in the universe of Stephen King's other novels. But Stephen King's biggest problem for me is that he over explains things. His son doesn't do that. He does explain the shit out of stuff, but not so much so that you just don't care. So definitely a lot easier to get into. I will say the beginning of the book is a little misleading with how they're going, Give it a couple chapters. It does open up, and it really starts to get good. I really enjoyed this novel. They play with time a little bit like they do in other novels, but definitely a banger. I love this one. It's definitely one to own. I enjoyed it, and that's what I've been doing, y'all. Aside from that, I've been playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Still, I decided against playing Dragon Age Velguard. I heard a really honest review from a friend of mine, friend of ours, Will, if you're listening. He actually got the game. He told me about it, and I am no longer interested in spending the amount of money I would have to spend to play that game. So I'll use that towards something more important, like paying bills. So there's that. But yeah, that's all I got for what I've been doing, aside from what we'll talk about coming up.
Christian and buying every brand new game ever lately. Christian, what's it like to be rich?
I can tell you what it's like to be poor.
I mean, now, if you're poor, you wouldn't be buying every new game.
Well, I will say with the games that I have, I was fortunate because they came out at a really good time
OnlyFans
to
paid it
to
off.
get them. That's exactly what I'm getting at. Yeah,
All right.
I wasn't gonna put that out there.
Well, it is time for us to talk about the Penguin, I believe. But before I forget, I told Christian to remind me, and it's fresh in my mind, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this up.
All right.
We have our lovely, beautiful Jordan that loves to give us last call questions. This man, I want you to know, got me so excited this week, only for me to find out the truth and crush my soul.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, so I got a message from Jordan on social media saying a Joker, after the success of the Penguin, Matt Reeves and them were doing a Joker after Batman 2. There would be a Joker series with the Barry, whatever his name is.
Gilligan.
Yeah, playing it. And I was like, hell yes. Keep the whole casting, or not the cast, but keep the crew, keep what you got going. Give me like the ascension to the Joker. Like, I'm all for this. Me and Christian, definitely in our top 5, if not our favorite, probably villain, like comic villain, if nothing else. I was like, hell yeah, give me a good Joker. I'm for it. Is Joker overused? Yes, but that's a whole nother argument and rant we'll get Christian on. So we're not going to do it. But I was like, hell yeah. More stuff like the Penguin. I've been saying I really enjoy what they're doing. I love the Gotham thing. And I was like, dude, yes. And I think he come in and told me in chat. I don't think he sent it to me, but then he was talking to me in Kickstream about it. And I was all giddy and all excited. Only to open threads and see that exact article reposted by the one and only James Gunn himself that said, I am so sorry. We are not currently developing this. This is not currently a plan, not something being done. Please don't go after this article for misinformation. He's like, but this is not true. This is not something in the works. So either he's lying to save face until they announce it, which is doubtful, or it's just somebody was being hopeful, thinking it was going to be a thing, which is more likely. But so my hopes are so excited because I was like, oh shit. Because obviously, if you've watched any of the past 7 episodes, we praise the Penguin, and we'll see how we feel after the wrap up. But the Penguin has been awesome. Up, to where we're at now. Penguin has been fantastic. So I would love to see more villains if you can do it properly. You have to do it like this. Like, the story. Show maybe a little bit when they had some humanity. A little bit of the other thing before the full what we know of Batman. I'm also on board. I would love to see some villains, while we're on this, done that we haven't seen. Hush would be amazing. Some of these other ones that we haven't got to like really deep dive on, I think would be really cool to see them come up and have like a little story to fill in. But yeah, did you see that article by chance with the Joker thing?
I did not see that, and I'm glad I didn't.
Broke my heart because I got so excited and then saw the James Gunn. I was like, well, that's the man. That's literally DC Universe right now. That's who's running it. So even though this is a Matt Reeves thing, I'm pretty sure he still has probably his hand on it to some degree, right?
I mean, I know that it's Matt Reeves' thing, but because it's separate universes, I'm sure they've had conversations about like, hey, Matt, please don't use this character because we're going to put this in my version of Batman. which is the main DC Batman.
No, it's not.
So don't use these
Not my
characters.
main
But
DC
aside from
Batman.
that,
We don't even know
aside from
who we'll
that though,
get or
probably
what
not.
we'll get for Batman from him. We don't know.
I mean, you're not wrong. There's no telling.
Or
No
when.
telling what
He
we're
may
gonna
not
get.
even do Batman for a long time. He may, I don't know. But yeah, that I wanted to talk about that. My heart got broken. I don't have the article at my disposal right now. So, Penguin, episode 8. I had the title and I literally forgot it. It's from a poem though, or something that Colin Farrell said. I guess he told one of the writers, and they used the line.
Was it a little thing or
Something along those lines. Yeah, it was from something that Colin Farrell, I guess. Okay, I'm sure Christian has a little bit of notes. So, the finale, the conclusion,
a
which
great or little thing
yes,
is what
there
it
you
was
go.
called.
Um, dude, I'm trying like the whole episode swirling in my head, but honestly, my brain keeps fast forwarding everything to the end, which is a
Of
problem.
course, of course.
Um, so we see Vic. Vic's got some balls now. When they pull up to the bomb site, where Vic's like trying to rally the troops, and they pretty much tell him, what's the dude's name? Link tells him to pretty much know his place. Damn, maybe your notes need to go because I'm literally fast forwarding. I wanted to say the end so bad, but first and
Let's talk about
foremost,
the end.
before Christian goes in his notes, I just have to say, we fucking called it. I literally told Miss Sin she hasn't seen it, but after it ended, I went out there and said, "Damn, that was called to a T, like almost exactly how it would go." But yeah, Christian notes. We'll just let you start going.
Okay, so I chose not to write notes on this episode. I just wanted to go and talk about it just raw, which is exactly what I'm about to do. And obviously, like yourself, I want to
Dude,
so
I'm
badly
trying to
just talk
fast forward.
about.
All I'm seeing is the river right now. That's all I'm seeing is the damn river. And I'm trying to like rewind and it's like the tape is stuck.
I mean, I definitely want to talk about the ending, but without going through the entirety of the episode like I typically do, there are a few things that I wanted to kind of talk about. Um, obviously, around the beginning of the episode, you see where Julian Rush, the doctor, who's obsessed with Sophia, he is getting Penguin's mother to kind of talk about her past and what went on with the boys that died last episode, and just her past with Oz. And we learned that she found out damn near immediately that Oz is solely the reason for his brother's death, which was awesome to see. We got to see that um, she found the flashlight in his jacket. Like I think that the very next day, like that morning, and she knew immediately that he had something to do with it because he was there. He lied about it, which led her to believe that he's the reason why they're gone, which ended up being the case. We learned that he asked um, Rex Calabrese to take Oz out. Oz, dude, Oz wasn't long for this world, but even at that young age, he talked his way out of a sticky situation. His survival instincts are just unlike anyone else's. They are damn near unmatched. The way that he gets away with this shit, man, it's crazy. It's kind of like it reminds me a lot of like Walter White from Breaking Bad because Walter talked his way out of a lot of stuff. He was really smart, very clearly, and that was like one of the main defining, features to his character was just being smart and quick witted and able to think on his feet. Oz has that same thing, and he unknowingly talks his way out of literally getting killed. So when she says that, hey, Rex is going to take you for a ride, he's thinking, oh man, I get to hang out with Rex, my like hero. But no, Rex was gonna take him out. And with that said, he gets out of that. I really like how they edited that scene where you see Penguin's mom, Frances. You see Frances, she's talking at the club, going over everything, and then you see Sophia and Julian like watching her off to the side. That was really cool to see. Just editing tricks there were awesome. I really liked how Oz was captured by Sophia, and he's like sideways, and then as they move him up, you see the camera pan up. That was really cool. Vic having a speech that he gives to the other group of gangsters that he's with, that Oz tells him to collect at the last episode. We see why he wasn't in the episode so much, because he was actually doing what Oz asked him to do. He gets all of them together. They go to the site, like you were saying. He pretty much calls them all pussy because they don't want to go and help Oz. They think that he's just dead. They don't believe in him and anything like that. So he talks his shit. Vic talks his shit. He gets punched for it, for sure. But he talks his shit. He speaks up for himself. He's not stuttering in this scene. It's really cool. Then we cut back to Oz. He's in the situation with Sophia. His mom is tied up. He's tied up. He's screaming, trying to figure out how to get his mom out. And Sophia knows the truth. Francis knows the truth. Penguin knows the truth. But he only gives a shit about himself. So he will not admit that he had a hand in killing his brothers, that he did, in fact, kill his brothers. So the cigar cutter that I mentioned 2 episodes ago that was going to come back comes back, and she's going to cut off Francis's fingers, just like Penguin cut off her brother's fingers. And he's holding fast to that fucking lie, bro. He doesn't give a shit. Frances tells him to tell the truth. She already knows, and that she hates him, and that she's always hated him, and that he's a piece of shit. And Penguin's looking like hurt, like, what are you saying? And he starts blaming it on her disease. He's like, this disease talking. What does she do to you? This type of thing. Like, it's crazy to see that he's fully enamored. He believes his own lie at this point. And I'm just like watching this episode, like, damn, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy, but it's the good kind of crazy. This is what you want to see. The acting is amazing. The suspense was amazing. The writing was fucking fantastic. It's on point. Everything about this was on point. Up to the fucking camera angles. Everything about this episode was masterful. Everything about this show so far has been masterful. And after seeing this episode 8, you can watch episode 8, go back to the very first episode, and literally pinpoint everything. Literally everything. Stuff the Penguin says in episode 1 comes back in this episode. It's been happening. The fate of a character that I'm going to get into, we already saw that. We already seen it like twice now. It's fucking crazy how we see this shit, how they mirror the stuff. Like, man, so good. Penguin, his Francis, is freaking out on Penguin, like, or Oz, telling me he's a piece of shit. He killed his brother. She hates him, all this stuff. She even fucking stabs him, bro. She stabs him.
With a
And he's
bottle she
still
breaks.
delusional. She breaks a bottle, stabs him with it. Gets him good too. So he fucking breaks out of the chair that he's tied to, starts shooting, literally goes back to get his mom, picks her up, puts her in a car. I didn't even realize how he got the car started. He just got in this car and took off. So that part was a little weird for me. But like, takes off, takes his mom to the hospital, and then he's like in the hospital storeroom, just like stapling his wounds, putting peroxide on it. Vic shows up. They have a conversation. Vic tells him what's going on, tells him the situation. Oz is like, it's just you and me now. I got nothing to offer the gang. And then Vic talks his shit again, bro. He gives Penguin a speech. Penguin's been giving speeches the whole season. And then Vic gives a speech. And it's fantastic. Well acted. There's no music messing it up. It's just like raw acting at this point. Fantastic. And then Penguin, Oz, like, after, he's into it, he's just like, you've been practicing that, huh? Like, next time, do it from your gut, like telling them how to give these speeches, telling them how to be him. It's awesome, dude. It's really cool to see these characters, their chemistry, all of that. So fucking fantastic to see. So they go out to do some other stuff, and then we get a lot of building for what's gonna happen later on in the Batman. Penguin goes to see The councilman again uh, pretty much tells him like, "Hey, I can get everybody on your side. I can get everybody to hate Sophia. Like all this." He says what he wants in return is a sit down meeting at some point with Bella Real, who we know from the Batman. She won the election. Blah blah blah. You see Penguin in the court. You see him holding the gavel. He hits it. Like all this stuff is foreshadowing. Everything that's happening in this scene is foreshadowing for the future. Because if you guys remember, like the shirt that I'm wearing right now, I didn't even do it on purpose, but I'm wearing a Batman Returns shirt. In this movie, it's a Christmas movie, by the way, which we know Batman 2 is about to most likely be a Christmas movie because of when this season ends. The Penguin season ends. But Danny DeVito's version of Penguin ran for mayor. So they already are foreshadowing what Oz is about to be doing, what his motivations are about to be, like what he's trying to do. He's trying to be the Oswald Cobblepot that we're used to, super rich gangster, like doing all this underhanded kingpin type character. We're getting ready to see that. Like he is fully becoming that character in these scenes in the courthouse. Then we see Vic talking to Link. How that's going. Sophia has offered all the gangs everything that she has, her house, everything. She's going to leave Gotham to the first person that brings her odds because he's still alive. So we see the gangs kind of doing their thing, talking to people, trying to find Oz, and they finally do. Oz comes out, Vic's gone, they take him, and then they call Sophia, letting her know that she can rest easy. She offers to meet them at like
Hanger.
a hangar bay. So they go to do that, and then double cross time. You know what I'm saying? They double cross her, and then we see that Link wanted to step up, so he actually kills the head guy. I can't remember his name right now. Zhao? No,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
Zhao.
yeah.
Shit, what's his name? It doesn't even matter.
It's Yao, isn't it?
Link is now. Is it Zhao? It is Zhao. Okay, thank you. I thought that I was making that up for some reason. Yeah. So all of the second in command people turn on the main guys. So now they're in charge, and they are loyal to Oz because Oz is the person that got them there, right? So their loyalties lie with him. He does the most despicable shit in this episode, bro. So listen, he sends Sophia back to Arkham, which is worse than death for her. The place that she's spent 10 years of her life locked in that she never wanted to go back in Arkham. And the way that Penguin did it was fucking slick as shit, bro. He drives her out, he puts a gun to the back of her head and tells her to walk. He literally makes peace. You see the scene from her acting is so good. You see her make peace with what's about to happen and she's ready to go. She's ready to get the back of her head blown out with this gun. And then the cops show up and they take her back to Arkham. It's fucking sad. It's diabolical shit. Diabolical shit. So Penguin gets back. He tell like it's on the news what he's done, but nobody knows that he's done it. They blame everything on Sophia. He's won the gang war. He's won Gotham essentially. Everything is his for the taking. He goes back to share it with his mom. She's had a stroke and now she's essentially a vegetable. We saw in an episode before this, episode prior, that she straight up asked Penguin, like, yo, if I start turning into a vegetable, something happens to me and I can't move anymore, whatever, kill me. That's all I want you to do. And he swears to her he's gonna do it. It was hard for him to swear, but he said he was gonna do it. But he fucking does it because he's a piece of shit and he only cares about himself, dude. He doesn't care about anybody. With that said, we move on to what is arguably the most hateful thing that could have possibly happened in this entire season and this entire show. This is the scene that we watch to get us to hate Oz, right? And once they said Colin Farrell dropped, like, you're going to hate me by the end of the season, once he dropped that, I already knew what was going to happen. I was holding on to hope, right? Because
You knew
you
what was
guys
going
have
to
been
happen
asking
anyways
me.
because you've already called it that they're not
I did.
in the
I did.
stuff.
I called it like what, first, second episode I called
Well, you're
this.
like, they're not
But
in anything.
yeah.
All these
And you
theories,
guys
like,
You guys have been asking me, right? Who's Vic? What's he in? What character is he? He's not a fucking character. They made him for the show. So him and Oz are sitting down just like they sat in the first episode, just like they sat in the second episode, just like they sat in the third episode. Victor tells Oz, like, yo, thank you for taking a chance on me. Thank you for all of this. you're my family. Like, I don't have a family. You're my family. All this stuff. And Penguin's like, yeah, but I can't take you with me on this because I can't have a weakness. And literally just chokes Vic to death. Chokes him to death. To death, bro. Like, I
The
knew
last
it was
thread
gonna
of
happen.
goodness in Oz.
The scene broke me, bro. It broke me. I was so fucking sad. I was so hurt. I was so destroyed. And I knew it was coming. That's the craziest part. Like, I've been telling all of you guys what was gonna happen, but then when I see it, I'm tore up. So it happens, and he takes all the money out of Vic's wallet to make it look like a robbery, and then throws his ID in the lake because he doesn't want anybody to discover Vic and who he was and all that stuff. So he'll just go on as a person. Another casualty to Gotham is essentially why he's done this. And it really fucking sucks. So we see Oz later on. There's a little tiny bit of a time skip. He is wearing his classic penguin suit, the full suit.
Tails
He's
and
got a
all.
monocle, everything. He's got all the shit he's supposed to have. He's traded in he's got a new plum colored car. It's a Rolls Royce, I believe. It's a Rolls Royce, so much better vehicle. He's got a penthouse, high rise place to live now. His mom is in a hospital bed up there overlooking the city like he told her she was going to do, but she's a vegetable. He refuses to kill her because he wants to keep talking to her. He wants her all to himself. And he has Eve, his number one girl. Eve is dressed up just like his mom was when they went to Monroe's when he was a kid. She's got her hair done the same way his mom has. His Oedipus complex is all the way the fuck up right now. It's disgusting at what he has this woman doing. And he's clearly paying her to sleep with him as well. So, like, he's essentially paying Eve to be his mom and to also shaboink him. And it's disgusting, bro. It's disgusting. And we pan out. You see Penguin dancing with her, and then we start overlooking the city and the water and all that. And then right before it ends, right before it cuts to black, boom, bat signal. And I was just like, that's exactly what I said I wanted. Come episode 1, that's what I said I wanted. Don't show me Batman, just show me the symbol in the background. That's
We
all
knew
I
we
need,
weren't
and
gonna
that's
see Batman
exactly what they
though.
get.
It's already confirmed he wasn't gonna be in it.
Yeah, but people were holding out hope and like, oh my god.
I didn't want him in it. I didn't want him in it in the slightest.
I
Just
didn't
wasn't
want
ready.
him in it. He didn't need to be in
That's
it.
all we
The
needed. The end
show,
was perfect. That was perfection. How you did the bat signal.
it was absolute fire.
Yeah.
This is the best show that has come out all year,
Yeah.
without a shadow of a doubt.
Yep.
It's one of the best pieces of media that we've gotten all year, without a shadow of a doubt. Nothing else is coming out in the next 15 days that's going to be better than this. Like, this is it, bro. Like, we're done. Like, 2024 has officially been wrapped up with a bow, and this is the best send off you could have given us. This show was absolute fucking fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10 out of 10, and fuck you, IGN, for giving it a 5. Like,
I
are
was
you
trying to
kidding
find
me?
that. Is that real? Because they gave the
That's
last
real,
episode a
bro.
7. Did they give the whole show seriously a 5?
They
I
gave it
saw
a
that and said, "What in
5.
the hell is wrong with them? How
They
do
gave
you
it a
rate that a 5?
5
Is
because
that photoshopped?"
Dog, no, I swear to God, they gave it a 5 because I saw the right after I watched the episode, I logged into IGN to see what they were gonna give it because I already knew it was a perfect 10 out of 10, and they gave it a 5. I'll pull it up right now. Like I
What
swear
is
to
their
God, they
rank?
gave it a
Okay,
5.
please pull it up and tell me what they're saying to knock it down to a 5. Because there is no way in hell this show is a 5.
It looks like they changed it and gave it a 7, but they absolutely gave. I'm gonna look. Hold on, let me keep looking. I swear they gave it a 5
I
because I
saw it
pulled
too,
it
and
up
I
right
thought I was
after.
like, somebody had to Photoshop that. There is no way they screwed up that bad.
Yeah, they must have retroactively changed it because they gave episode 7 all of a sudden is on here and it got a 6.
What are they doing?
Yeah, smoke crack, obviously.
Apparently, I don't. The lowest an episode could have been would have been like an 8.5. I don't even know what episode that would be. Every episode has been amazing. There has not been a moment in it where I'm like, okay, this is a down episode, or this is slower. Everything served a purpose. We got what we needed. We had the action. You see Oz progress, and like Christian said, at the very end, essentially all humanity is gone from him, and he is now the Penguin. He is, to the coat, the tails, everything, he is the Penguin to a T. He has got rid of any weaknesses. His mom's up there, but I mean, she's not even really there. She's a vegetable staring off at the city, and he's got a prostitute playing the role of his mom just to give him what he needs as far as like, you did good, Oswald, all that stuff. And then shaboink, as Christian said. The show is fantastic.
Yeah, I got you right here. I know that for those of you listening, you can't see this.
Please tell me what they said is wrong with this show. There's not. They can't. They can. Okay. What? Read it.
It says the limited series worships at the altar. It worships at the altar The Godfather, Goodfellas, and Scarface, and The Sopranos and Breaking Bad. But Sophia's family are no Corleones. Oz is no Tony. And these 8 episodes, they're not given the time and space to get anywhere close to the crime drama landmarks. That's what it says. No bullshit. That's what it says.
From episode 1, I said this is Sopranos and Gotham. Are you guys stupid?
I'm telling you, the smoking crack. Smoking crack.
Okay, IGN reviews are just awful at this point. You can't trust a single one of them. They will tell you the most boo-boo shoes show is a 10, and shows that are actually like beautifully shot, excellently written, great. Just everything across the board, they'll be like, it's mediocre. It's like,
I promise you, they changed it now. If you go to their app and look it up, now all of a sudden it's a 7.
That's because people probably like, you guys are morons. Okay, they suck. Their reviews. So the moral of the story is, ladies and gentlemen, do not trust IGN reviews ever. Go experience it for yourself. That's probably the reason why I watched Joker 2, because I need to know for myself. But Penguin is fantastic. It is not a 5. It's not a 7. It is anywhere from a 9 to a 10. Not actually, I don't even know if it's 9. I would say a 9.5 to a 10. Penguin is 100% without a doubt the show of the year of 2024. I agree with Christians. Some of the best media we got. It was fantastic. It where Game of Thrones was good and got good reviews from us, or House of Dragon, whatever, same potato. This I felt like was no letdown. It was a breath of fresh air, something we needed. This was better than that. Better Invincible, better than The Boys to me. Just each episode's amazing. Christian didn't even write notes. That tells you how good it was.
No, I didn't even try to write notes. It was so good.
So that pretty much
was so good.
I don't know if we have anything else coming out. I don't think so. Oh, we have Cobra Kai finishing like literally tomorrow, I think. But Cobra Kai is not even going to be the same.
We have the Dune.
realm.
I think the Dune TV show is coming out.
That got a mediocre review from IGN too. So it either could be really good or they actually could be right. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I'm going to watch it, but I don't know.
Yeah. So IGN retroactively changed the review because on the comment section for their review for Penguin now,
stupid.
All of a sudden it has a 7. But if you look on here, 2 days ago when it was posted, the very first comment says, there's no way this show is a 5. Numbers average out to about a 7, and that's in my opinion. This show should have been a 9. And they did go back and change it to a 7 because their averages were fucked up and somebody gave it a 5 because they didn't like it. So, yeah.
7's still too low. I don't think a 7's right for this show. Maybe I'm too close to it, but everyone I've talked to, everyone that's watched it, even people that don't like Batman or not into comics, say the show is amazing.
Someone said, listen, this is the same site that was giving the absolute worst and cringiest episodes of She-Hulk 9s and 10s. You can't take IGN seriously anymore. Someone said it right. You can't spell ignorant without IGN.
I mean, the She-Hulk comment, that just negates everything they rate right there, because they 100% did. They praised She-Hulk.
They did.
She-Hulk was better than Miss Marvel, though, or whatever. Was it Miss Marvel? Is that what I watched? What the hell did you make me watch? That was just...
You made me watch it. It was Miss Marvel.
Shit, no, I didn't make you watch anything. I would have been happily not watching that. Am I watching
Oh,
that again? Nope.
I
All
had to
right.
write notes on
While we're
that.
talking about shows, I did see, Christian, hopefully you've seen this so you can confirm it. Last of Us Season 2 comes out in spring of 2025.
I did see that.
Okay, so we have that. Batman comes out in 2026, so we have a wait, sadly. I saw
That makes sense
something
because
about
they're
Colin
not even
Farrell.
filming yet, so that makes sense.
I saw something about Colin Farrell and something about 5 or 6 scenes in the Batman 2. I don't believe him. I don't know. I don't really know what they're doing. Or he's signed on for something. There's some other shows coming out in 2025 I was going to bring up. There's multiple shows. What am I missing? Invincible. There's another like bigger show coming out. Come on, Christian. What am I forgetting?
Coming out this when?
2025. Yeah, like there's some
Oh,
big shows coming out. It's going to be a good year, and I can't remember what all it is now.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I can look that up real quick. Problem.
There's some big show. There's something. Last of Us obviously is like the one I'm really on. Shows coming out in 2025. Daredevil, Welcome to Derry, and Daredevil. There's 2 of them. Those are 2 definitely that I was thinking of. Hopefully, Welcome to Derry is good.
We're supposed to get more Game of
No, we have
Thrones stuff
Dexter coming out, don't we? This year. When is Dexter?
I don't actually remember when Dexter is coming out.
Okay, I love Dexter. You guys know that. Dexter's not going to top Penguin. I will eat my words if this Dexter prequel series that I don't know how high my expectations are tops Penguin. It is not happening. If it does, I don't know. I'll put this whole microphone in my mouth. Christian, do you think? I don't think he'll do it. There's
no shot. No shot.
I mean, if it does, I'm be like, damn. Maybe it was just those 2. Ironheart comes out. Dexter Resurrection really comes out. Must have just been Daredevil and Derry. Welcome to Derry. I want to see Welcome to Derry. I hope they do well. Dude's in that, right? Didn't they bring back Skarsgård?
Yeah. Yes.
Now I have to look up. What is it called? What is the new Dexter one? Dexter.
Yeah, me.
Damn, I actually don't know. It's not New Blood. New Blood was the one that we watched.
That's the one we already watched, yeah.
Dexter prequel?
I know it was Invincible.
December 13th. Dexter Original Sin. Wow, this is off to a great start. I can't remember. Okay, it will, streaming December 13th. Available on Paramount Plus and Showtime.
There we go.
So, start of December. So, actually, a month from recording this. 1 month out. I'll watch it. I'm sure Christian will watch it, and I'm sure we'll have plenty of thoughts.
Daredevil Born Again is probably the one I'm looking forward to the most, aside from, like, Welcome to Derry. But I don't know what they're planning to do for Welcome to Derry. Like, they're not following any kind of book material. They're just making shit up. So that could easily be bad.
Is there no prequel stuff to Pennywise? Like, no backstory they didn't talk about?
There is some stuff, but I highly doubt that's what the show's going to be.
Well, this ought to be interesting. Hopefully it's good. Let's hope.
I mean, I would love to eat my words on that. I would love.
Well, I'm going to watch it.
I think the other stuff that we have coming out are like that we haven't talked about. Big Mouth. There's a new season of Black Mirror. I think there's a new season of Blood of Zeus. Cobra Kai is supposed to be finishing up, but I think we already talked about that.
Is this it for Cobra Kai? This season?
Yeah, this is it.
So the second half of the season means it's it? Because I haven't even watched the first half of this season that come out in June, July, May, hell, sometime then.
Yeah, that's the end of that one.
It needs.
We already talked about Welcome to Derry. Oh, A Night of.
Oh yeah, the Game of Thrones spinoff. Yeah, I knew there was something else. Okay.
You already talked about Last of Us. That's coming out.
Last of Us is my big one. That one.
We're supposed to get Stranger Things season 5.
Oh yeah. That comes out too. Okay. So see, there's stuff. We got stuff to talk about. We'll be good. We'll be in good hands. But I digress.
Oh, X-Men 97 season 2 is supposed to come out next year too.
Ooh. Wow, that's quick. Actually, I didn't expect it to be a year later.
Well, it's because they already had it written and everything. Remember?
Oh well, ladies and gentlemen, it's
No.
time that
Yeah.
we keep this train a rolling and we roll these projector things to talk about our cinema for the week. Enjoy the lovely sounds of the reels a rolling while Christian thinks about his life and if he'll get Raisinets and popcorn. You better not say you hate Raisinets, Christian. I swear.
It's not. I didn't say that.
Raisinets are fire. I don't want to hear any slander.
I'm not gonna say they're fire, but I mean I don't hate them.
Oh my God, Christian, don't talk to me. This week's cinema, we took on a brand new movie. I know we were very indecisive last week, and completely forgot about this movie being out. To be honest, I was excited to watch it, and so was the missus, and I think Christian was excited to check it out too. I hope.
Yeah.
But on Netflix original, also correct.
Yes, it is.
Netflix original, the movie Don't Move, coming out obviously this year. And it
Not to be confused with Don't Breathe, because when I put Don't into my computer, Don't Breathe came up like 3 times. And I was like, stop it.
Well, they want you to watch that.
I
Don't
really
Move.
did.
Features
What?
Kelsey. What?
It's I know you said don't move, but it sounded like you said don't poop, and I was like, what are we doing? Like, what
Yeah,
are you
don't poop.
talking about?
Don't poop. 2024 features. Don't Move features Kelsey Asbiel. I don't know how to say that last part, so I may have.
I didn't even. Yeah.
And
no.
you may know her from Yellowstone. I know I talked about that show earlier. She's in Yellowstone. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. That's the only thing I know her from. I'm sure she's been in other stuff. So, whatever. And then Finn Whitrock. Is that how you say that? I hope that's how you say that.
I just know he's the guy from American Horror Story.
Okay, I'm so glad you said that because literally that's what it says. His name from American Horror Story. Again, I don't know anything else he's in. That is probably my fault. But whenever I saw them, I was like, oh, dude from American Horror Story. Oh, chick from Yellowstone. Yeah. He is a serial killer. Spoiler. That injects her with a drug that essentially paralyzes her in 20 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is pretty much the premise of your story. Yeah. And then you adventure. The movie is about the right length that it should be. It is hour and I want to say like 36 minutes.
Yeah.
So not too long. Doesn't overstay its welcome. Honestly, and I think if it would have went longer, it would have definitely hurt it. Because it had got to the point where like it was like, all right, we need to kind of wrap this up. Like, there's only so long you can keep prolonging. You know, is she going to outsmart him? Is she going to escape? Is he going to win? Blah, 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 blah. I think the shots in this movie were really good. They did a lot of really cool camera work with different like shots and different angles and the way they were shown. I think Finn does a pretty good job. He is charming enough in this that you can see him charming people, you know, kind of charismatic. But then he does a really good job of kind of flipping the switch to being like, okay, you're kind of likable to, oh, he's an asshole. He's a bad guy. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, she has lines at the beginning, but since she's paralyzed and can't speak, can't do anything other than blink her eyes, mostly she's just like telling a story with her eyes. So I think she does a pretty good job with that. Just watching. Story was cool. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. Different take. Christian, what are your notes? What do you think?
Ready for me to just go in on my notes?
Just go in.
Let's do it. All right. So Don't Move kind of follows Iris is the name of our main character. She's a grieving mother who's struggling with the death of her son, who, if you pay attention, we find out his name is Mateo. The movie opens up with like a upside down cliff, which kind of mirrors Iris's world because she's lost a child. And that really fucking sucks. And then we find out that her son fell off of that cliff, the same cliff that the movie shows at the beginning. He fell off of that cliff. She is feeling super guilty because she wasn't watching him, which kind of reminded me of Friday the 13th, part one.
Except she wasn't getting
Um,
shaboinked.
well, that is very true. She was not being shaboy. Jeez, I don't know why that was the word that came to mind, but it was. But anyway, the setting of the film was like Big Sur State Park, which was awesome. We see that she does have a husband. He's like a nameless, faceless person to just let us know, hey, she's married and they had a kid, but like he's dead now, so this is how she's feeling. But during that scene, we see that she's like literally been sitting up in bed for a whole night, didn't sleep. Her husband's asleep. He's tossing and turning because he's actually resting and grieving in his own way. Like I said, we don't see him there because there's really no point. It's just to show us that she had a whole family and it's not whole anymore. Um, in these scenes, you see that she gets up to go, doesn't take her phone, nothing. And like typically, it's like, what do you mean you didn't take your phone? That's a dumb decision. But as you watch the movie, you see that she doesn't take her phone because she doesn't plan on coming back. She is fully planning to jump off of this same cliff that her son died on to ease her pain. Um, I thought that was really fucking sad. And I was like, man, this movie is sad. The way that they shot it is sad. The way that the music comes in is really sad. Her house, like the way that they shot it, the color palette is like all like cool blue colors, like bluish green. Like it's really, really like depressing and like oppressive. The way that they shot that, so I thought that was a really cool touch. If you're looking for that, you definitely see it. Anyway, so she carries her son's like red toy boat. She can't let it go because that's how she grieves, and it's like a reminder of her son. Before she jumps off, we meet Richard. He shows up and he starts talking to her. And he gives her a sad story about his wife who died, and he kind of talks her out of jumping off of this bridge. Also, if you peep it, he's eating a Cliff Bar, which is hilarious, but they renamed it. It's called a Ridge Bar instead of a Cliff Bar. I don't know if the movie just didn't want to pay them or what, but I thought that was really funny. But also, I wanted to mention, like, my notes are a little scrambled because I was trying to write and watch, and I would like wait for periods of time and then go back. But he tells all of the men that you see in this movie that his name is Andrew,
Mm-hmm.
including a cop. And he also gives up an ID with the name Andrew on it. So I believe his real name is actually Andrew, but he tells her his name is Richard because he knows, he plans to kill this woman. So Iris tells Richard, I'm just going to call him Richard for the rest of the thing because it's just easier. But Iris tells Richard that the worst part is her inability to cry. She says she wants to, but she's broken. I believe that crying for her would mean that she's accepting her son's death and she can't accept it. So that's the way that I took it. I don't know if that's true or not. But they go back to their respective cars. He's parked close as fuck to Iris, and then you see why, because he kind of corners her and then tasers her to knock her out, and then kidnaps her. And he uses this unnamed drug. We never find out what the name of this drug is. They never say it, but she will be completely immobile in 20 minutes. Minute one, she starts to lose her fine motor skills. She start to fail. 10 minutes, her leg tingles. Her gross motor function starts to come at a loss. 15 minutes, her legs completely give out. And 18 minutes, she has trouble breathing. And at 20 minutes, she has no voice. She is trapped completely inside of her body. All she can do is move her eyes and blink. And she can still breathe, but it's a little labored. So I thought that's some scary shit, if I'm being honest. Like, it's like sleep paralysis, but you're not sleep. Like, well, yeah, it's like sleep paralysis. It fucking sucks. So, scary shit. Really cool way to do sleep paralysis without the characters just being fully asleep and having like sleep paralysis demons and shit in their room, like hanging over them. So you don't get jump scares and stuff. It's just like a thriller. So I really like the way that they chose to do that for this movie. Iris isn't the first person that he targets. Throughout their conversation, you find out that he only targets women, and he even says that he's never killed a man. I also learned that Richard likes to spend the weekend with his victims, like cleaning them up, prepping them, and all that before he kills them. And that's fucking crazy and insane and scary. And
Was it? He says something at
nobody,
one point. He's like, or like, what would we have done this weekend? He's like, I would have braided your hair, and I was like, what? That's so fucking weird.
yeah, yeah, he did say that, and that was my next note actually. As I'm going to braid your hair, and it's really fucking creepy. You also find out like through context clues, he is reliving his first wife's death with all these victims,
Girlfriend,
and it's kind of
girlfriend.
was it girlfriend? I
When in
thought it
high
was his
school,
wife.
chick.
Oh, I guess it was his girlfriend. Sorry, I might have. Yeah,
Chloe.
you're right. You're right.
That's who we're talking about,
I
right?
think you're right on
Was
that
it
one.
Chloe? Yeah, 'cause he said
No,
somebody was a
Chloe's
car guy in high school or something, right? Or was it after high school?
Chloe. I'm pretty sure Chloe. Yeah, Chloe's the name of. He tells her it's his wife when they meet each other.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
that's
because
why
he
I'm
lies
mixing it
about it
up.
all the time, but then,
Yeah,
yeah.
all of his answers are multiple choice, so it's really weird. But he has this weird like power and control thing, like kink essentially, that he has before he kills these women, and he's also playing God. Um, Richard has a current wife and daughter. They're coming out to the cabin that he's taking Iris to. And he's trying to convince them not to come, but it's not working. So now he has to push his plan up and then immediately kill Iris instead of like playing around with her like he would normally do. She escapes and gets caught again. Like that shit sucked. I didn't really want to write long notes on that because it was just like a cat and mouse thing. But she does escape briefly, gets caught again. Um, but I thought it was interesting because at first she goes to the cliff to kill herself, but now she is fighting to live. She wants to live. She wants
He
to keep
brings
her
that up
life.
too. That
Does bring that up, yeah, and it's
she's
very
like, I
interesting.
think, doesn't she ask? She's like, why didn't you just let me kill myself? And he was like, I never stopped you. You did that.
I mean, he's right and wrong. Like he did technically stop her from killing herself because he talked her out of it. And even if he's telling her he didn't mean to, he really did. That's the whole point, was to take her back to this cabin and do all this shit. So he's full of shit. Is what I'm getting at. Richard kills a cop, which happens to be like the only black dude in the entire movie. So once again, black person dead. That sucks.
Beats the mess out of him with that damn
Dude,
toe thing. Toe like
he didn't have
strap.
to do him like that, bro. He didn't
Dude,
have to
that
do him
thing,
like that.
that was brutal. He hit him. I was like, oh, damn. That escalated quick.
Killed the shit out of that man, dude. Um, he pretty much captures Iris and he takes her in the middle of the lake in a boat, which is really funny. Because she's holding on to her son's toy boat. So I was like, I see what they're doing. I see what they're doing. Um, Crazy. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Can I say that I kind of
She.
related a little bit to the old man?
That's fair. I didn't even write him in my notes to
Whenever
be
he
honest,
he
because
said he goes like he's like talking about picking her up. He's like, my knees aren't what they used to. I was like, I feel you, brother. He's like, I'm gonna go get up. I was like, that's me. I'm like, I'm just gonna leave this chick laying out in the field over here. I'll get you there somehow eventually.
Iris eventually tricks Richard and then gets his knife from him and stabs him in the face, which was awesome. But it takes her a really long time to do because she has weak motor function right now. Then she starts fighting him off, and she ends up shooting him twice. I think she got him in the leg and in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure. Yeah. I didn't write down where she shot him. I just know that she shot him twice. But she
When
also
she
shoots
shot,
the
did you
boat.
think of like video games where you see that person doesn't know how to like aim? At the end, I know her
Yeah.
motor functions are
I
bad. She was like twice, random shot, just like shooting everywhere
Bro,
else.
I immediately thought of like old school Resident Evil.
It was so
The
bad. It was so
yeah,
she's
it
doing.
was.
I was like, what the hell was that?
They tried to make that make sense because, like I said, her motor
Yeah.
functions are
I
really
mean, I know
weak
what
right
they're doing,
now.
but I was just like, why is she still shooting? Please stop.
Yeah, it was funny though. I'm not. It was funny. Um, so yeah, so that happens, but she shoots the boat as well. So the boat starts to sink. She sinks with it, and they leave you for a minute with suspense, like, oh my god, is she gonna make it? Like she doesn't have motors. Excuse me, she doesn't have motor skills. She does come back up. She rises to the surface, like reborn, if you will. It's pretty much a baptism for her.
Mm.
So that happens. The toy boat floats away, but she's also, letting go. She cries. I forgot to mention she does finally cry, even though she hasn't been able to the whole movie. Then she swims back to the shore. She sees Richard. He's pretty much on the shore dying, and she lets him live. Now, at first, I was like, "You stupid fucking bitch! Why not just cave this man's fucking face in?" But she ended up letting us know that she let him live because his biggest fear is losing his family. So he's out there to either die or get caught, and he's going to lose his family either way. So she essentially just wants him to suffer. So I was like, all right, I give you that.
And she
Movie,
says the
thank you.
same thing he said to his first victim. Well, it's not technically
Very
his first.
true.
The first person he watched die. There we go.
Yeah.
Which
She
was
says
thank
thank
you.
you.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying in my notes. That was a call back to uh, what he says earlier about
Did
his
you
quote
see
unquote
that coming
wife.
when she was standing over top? I was saying it. I was like, thank you. I'm like, it's coming.
Oh yeah, yeah. They definitely telegraph a bunch
Yeah.
of me, but they definitely telegraph that. So she says thank you. It was still pretty cool, um, which was a really nice callback. And also, it's a double meaning. She's saying it as like a fuck you to him because he said that, but also thank you for helping me find the strength to go on with my life. So it's double meaning. But the movie ends with the Leslie Gore song "You Don't Own Me." And if for those of you who have seen like what was it, the Suicide Squad movie with Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. That's the song that they played in every fucking trailer. So yeah, You Don't Owe Me. That was in there, and the movie ends. Now, what would I give the movie? I'm gonna let you give your rating first, and then I'll get my.
Um, I mean, I think it had really cool shots. Like I said, cinema was cool. Story was interesting. I think it was a cool way, like you said, the paralysis thing. That was an
Mhm.
interesting take on serial killer. He reminded me of a sloppy Dexter again.
That's
Like that kind of like
fair.
I'm gonna get you, but it's just a damn mess from the start, and I'm having to clean up more than just you know the aftermath. It was enjoyable. I would watch it again. I gave it a 7.5.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I gave it a 7.5. I'm gonna say a 7 to a 7.5. I thought it was enjoyable. A lot of stuff is telegraphed really hardcore. Um, but you had some nice little deviations and stuff in there, like the family calling and seeing that. I wasn't really expecting him to actually like talk with the family and have all that like
Mhm.
right there. Yeah. Again, if it would have went longer, the score would have went down because it got to the point where she stabbed him with the pin, but she didn't have the strength to like inject him and all these failed escape attempts. I was like, eventually we need to get done with that. She either needs to get away or she needs to go. I'm not gonna lie, I also wouldn't have been mad if she wouldn't have come out of the lake. Just saying.
Gotcha.
But that's me though. I'm the world's worst about like, do we need it to be happy? But then again, it's not really happy because her son's gone, which is no reflection of him. But I'll say 7 to 7.5.
That's fair. I think I'm giving it a 7 as well. I mean, 7 out of 10 or like a 3.5 out of 5. Like, it's a pretty solid movie. It doesn't overstay its welcome.
Thank God.
The premise is simple and clean. Acting wasn't bad, to be honest. I
Mm-mm.
mean, it gave us what we. It's definitely like a Netflix movie, which
There's not a lot of
isn't even
people in
so.
it, but they
Yeah,
they handle what they need to do.
yeah. I mean, this was one of those movies that'd be cool to watch with some homies as well. You know what I'm saying? You guys have people over, hang out, watch this. Like it was a good movie. No alcohol required. I really liked. watching this. I'm glad that I've seen it. It was a good choice for cinema. I like that.
We got look at that. It might have been. What did we have last week?
Um,
What did we have last week?
Damn, I forgot what we had last week. Let me check my notes because I definitely forgot.
Damn, I forgot what we had last week. Whatever it was, I think it had positive, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember not liking it. So
far we're on a string of like pretty solid movies lately. What the hell did we have last week?
Damn, I honestly don't remember. You know, I didn't write it down. I didn't write down what we did. I just have my penguin notes from last week.
It's one I had seen. Was it Caddo Lake? No.
It was Caddo Lake. It was Caddo Lake.
Okay.
Lake. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So pretty solid. Netflix. If you have Netflix, watch it. Thriller. Not a ton of language. I think there is a tiny bit, but not a lot. Not a lot of blood either. There's one kind of graphic scene. Maybe two. 3. We'll say 3.
I'm thinking of.
But yeah, pretty solid. Pretty good acting. Worth a watch. Don't move. Definitely check it out. So let's go ahead and pick our movie. What were our options we had last week? You still haven't. I want to watch Maxine, but I don't know if you need to watch the other ones before we do it.
I think you do, but I'm not sure.
Christian. Well, you gotta be behind. What was the other one? Woman of the Hour was one. Also on Netflix. That's another serial killer, isn't it?
I actually don't know anything about that movie. Other than my wife really liked it.
I mean, my wife really wants to watch it. So, do we make the wives happy and do we watch it? Be like, hey, watch this movie with me again. And save.
I'm into it.
If we do that, we save your vampire movie. I know what you want. I know what you really want to watch. And I'm trying to like prolong it just a little bit. Best I can.
I see that. That's okay. It's all good.
Please don't make me watch the other 2 movies before Maxine. Miss Sin, you've already seen them. You don't have to watch it. Christian hasn't seen any of them.
Did she say, please don't make me watch?
She's saying that because she didn't like X, but she liked Pearl better. And I was the opposite. I think I preferred X to Pearl.
Yeah, I just haven't seen them.
I don't know. Do you have to watch Maxine? Because Pearl.
That's not even like a by choice thing.
But
I just happen to not see them.
I don't know. So do we want to do Woman of the Miss Sim, what is Woman of the Hour about? Is it a serial killer? Sell us on it real quick. Christian said his wife really liked it.
Listen, Miss Sin, you need to watch Penguin. Like,
I know I don't even know what episode she's on. She's so far behind.
Oh my god.
I know she was she keeps avoiding spoilers, and I was like, look, I will rewatch it with you. It's that good that I will rewatch this show happily.
I'll rewatch it too.
Does it make you want to watch the Batman? Because I've almost rewatched the Batman.
Oh, 100%.
Every time I watch it, I'm like, damn, I want to rewatch the Batman now.
Yes.
And you got Gotham and snow. I'm surprised you didn't bring that up. There was snow in Gotham.
There was snow in Gotham. I didn't bring that up because I knew that was another tangent.
Okay. While we wait on Mrs. Sin to explain Woman of the Hour, I guess we can just say that one for now, unless we caveat like we did last time and like pivot and do something else, which is always a possibility. We may find something, but do you want to say that for now, just to knock that one out while we're on?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Woman of the Hour for next week's cinema. Look, it is time for the final segment, but before we do that, I would really be mad at myself if I didn't bring this up. Miss Sin said, yes, serial killer, I believe, in real life, and he comes on a game show. Wait, what? Okay, that sounds crazy.
That's interesting.
Speaking of killers, I want to watch that Monsters. About the Mendez or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I need to watch that. Anyways, okay. I digress. Okay, so yeah, Woman of the Hour will be next week's cinema. We'll give you a review. If you haven't already, go check out Don't Move. It's on Netflix. Both me and Christian recommend it. Solid movie. Go check it out. Look, I have to bring this up before we go to last call, or I will just be mad at myself. We lost an icon this past week since the last recording. And I don't know if Christian's froze or his eyes are just staying closed during this. Oh, there he goes.
Nah,
He's back now.
I'm here. Yeah, I was hurt, bro.
Yes,
Hurt.
I didn't want to believe it. This past week, we lost the one and only Tony Todd. Icon, just across the board, just an awesome person across the board. He is most known for Candyman. He's also been in Final Destination. He was the voice of the most recent Spider-Man game as Venom. Just Tony Todd was the shit. Awesome human, you know, he was always at the cons and just icon in the horror industry, and definitely did not have that on my bingo card or expect that. I didn't even know he was sick. So when the news scrolled across, I was like, no, this is not real. And then sure enough, it's real. So it sucks. Yeah. Christian, do you have any thoughts about Tony Todd?
I mean, definitely going down in history as one of the greats.
Yep.
Like literally immaculate voice.
Oh, his voice.
Great.
Makes babies.
Great person. Great. Yeah, seriously. Great person. Fantastic human. He will be sorely missed, 100%. And I literally woke up last Saturday morning, and that was the first thing that I saw. So yeah, it definitely set a precedent for the entire day, the entire weekend. And yeah, man, like you said, I didn't see it coming. I didn't know that he was in at all. So a legend. We lost a legend.
Yep.
That's all I got.
R.I.P. Tony Todd, the one and the only. Never be another like you, sir. You will be missed. But sorry, we had to get somber and sad for a minute, but you know, we are horror fans and we have to acknowledge one of the greats. But now it's time, especially after that we
pass the whiskey.
That's right. Get your
whiskey
as we go into last call, and I'm gonna be honest, our last call aficionado Jordan is not here, so what do we last call? Chat, do you have a last call question? We will put that out there for you. Christian, do you have anything you would like to?
Let me think about it. I'm sure that I know that I had some, but I've been like keeping them on the back burner because I kind of forgot. Oh, it's something that I've been seeing online a lot, and it might be a little different for you because you're not like well versed in this. But I'm gonna ask anyway. If you had to fight a character, like if I was gonna give you $1 million to fight any character in an anime, the thing is you have to win before you get that $1 million. Which character are you choosing to fight?
Oh shit! Any character?
Any character from an anime.
Huh. That's tough. I know the first person that popped in my head, but then again, I think they would probably still give me the business.
Who's that?
Krillin. I was gonna pick on Krillin's ass.
Krillin would murder you, dog.
Krillin beat the shit out of me still. That's why I was like, I'll take Krillin. I was like, no, I actually probably won't. I don't think I'll touch any of the Z fighters. There ain't a shot.
Krillin is taking out every single human on the planet. Like if Krillin just showed up one day in real life here, like he's taking everybody out. We couldn't stop him.
Can I pick movie Goku? Live action movie
Goku? It has to be specifically from an anime.
Live action movie Goku. Can I pick
doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Mrs. Sin said Professor Oak from Pokemon.
Yo, that's a fantastic answer. Damn. Fantastic answer. That does count. Professor Oak is from an anime. Absolutely counts. Look, I'm going to give you guys my answer.
Yes, please do. I'm struggling.
It's very similar to your wife's answer. I'm choosing Gary. Gary from Pokemon. I'm rocking his shit, bro. Put your paws up, Gary. I'm beating your ass. Like, bro, I'm giving him straight hands. Oh God. I'm beating the dog shit out of Gary. And I'm getting that $1 million. Fuck Gary.
I mean, everybody I'm thinking of, like, I'm not touching anybody in Demon Slayer. I'm not even trying.
No, dude, you're trying to get killed, bro.
I know. That's what literally, like, I'm trying to think of the animes I've watched. I'm like, damn, I have no shot. Like, If I go up, I'm like, "Sup, Tanjiro?" Tanjiro's gonna headbutt me and put me out. I'm gonna be in a damn coma.
Oh my god.
Like I'm just struggling right now. I need more anime in my life.
Yep, I dislike Gary from Pokemon. Yeah, Gary sucks. Put your beaters up, Gary.
Put your
I'm
beaters up,
ending your
Gary.
life.
Man, y'all are hateful as hell to Gary. Y'all ought to be ashamed.
Gary sucks, dude.
Okay,
Oh my
Mrs. Sin
god.
has one too. I'm struggling. I don't know. I'm trying to think what animes I've watched. What the hell have I watched? Dude, everything I've watched, everybody's whooping that ass.
Jordan texted me and said, "Oh damn, I missed the last call."
Oh my god. Mrs. Sin had a question that said, if you could make a horror movie, what would be the title?
What would be the title?
I know it's copyright. I want to steal it so bad though.
What are you trying to steal?
Bloody Roar. But that shit's copyright. Horror movie. Obviously, if I can make a horror movie, more than likely it's gonna be some kind of werewolf movie. It's gonna have to be. So I'm gonna have to. I don't know. What you got, Christian?
Title of my movie probably
Can't be a title that's already out there. Okay, Mrs. Sin. Look, that's a game. First off,
I would want to go with like a one-word title, so something like I don't know, a one word title movie like Pure is the first thing that's coming to my head.
what?
Pure, like Pure, Pure.
What the hell's your movie gonna be about?
I don't know yet. You didn't ask me what the movie's about. You asked me what
Oh my god.
the title was. Hey man, what? That's what you said the title. That's how they made Friday the 13th. They just came up with a title and then they made the shit after the fact.
I mean, why didn't you just say Tituba? Tituba.
I want
I totally thought he said skewer. What the hell?
Skewer. That's hilarious. You know what though? That's not a bad title for a either.
Coming this fall.
I would take
skewer.
I would take that, dude. Can you imagine a slasher movie where he goes around with like fucking vegetable skewers killing people?
It's not gonna be a great one.
Call it The Cookout, bro.
Oh my god, this is spiraling bad. I can't think of a damn anime person that I can find.
Dude, no, I got it. Sin. Mrs. Sin, check me out. Okay, check it out. The Backyard Barbecue Murders.
No.
That was gold, dude. Come on. That's the name of the episode, by the way.
Backyard Barbecue Murders?
I'm beating everybody.
What in the hell? What for the most out of context?
Everybody. What does that mean? Who is everybody?
This is how shit spirals the end of the episodes. When George's not here to keep us with some kind of make my head hurt thing, Last Carl tends to spiral out of control. Christian, what animes have I watched? Why am I?
You watch Berserk?
Well, there ain't nobody. Well, no, that ain't happening.
You watch. I mean, there's somebody you could beat in Berserk. You watch Berserk. You watch Demon Slayer. You watched. Did you start Full Metal Alchemist yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay. What else did you watch?
What have I watched?
Did you watch Blue Lock? You watched Blue Lock, right?
Nope.
Jesus Christ.
The hell did I watch?
I know you watched. Oh,
Chainsaw
you watched,
Man. I'm not.
Kaiju number 8.
I would fight Kuroko from Kuroko's basketball. Easy clap.
That's a good answer. H.
Man, I don't know.
I told Jordan the question, and he said, "Oh fuck, that's a tough one."
What animes do I watch? Death Note. I mean, I could probably take out what's his face. The hell's his name?
Who? I.
Who? Yeah. No.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Light's the main dude, right?
Yeah.
You have Light, and then you have L. No.
Yeah.
L's the
You said it
detective.
right. Yeah.
I could probably take out
You
Light as
could-
long as he doesn't have his demon. If he has his demon, then it's no shot.
I mean, if he learns your fucking name, then you're dead.
No,
Hold on. Your wife said
we're not having all that.
Mrs. Sin said Yugi before he's an adult teenager in the Super Show. Oh yeah.
Hey,
just
exactly.
Straight up Yugi.
That's what I'm saying. Like all the stuff I watched, I can't. I'm not fighting any of these people.
Yo, dude, you could have said fucking. You could have said Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh. Kaiba can't fight. He got no hands. He just a tall, lanky ass bitch. You could have beat his ass. You could have said, what's that? What's the fucking bug? Yu-Gi-Oh card dudes? Weevil? We could have said Weevil. Oh wait, you never watched Yu-Gi-Oh. God damn it.
Wouldn't Weevil? Isn't that a Pokemon? Weevil?
Weedle with a D.
Whatever.
Weedle. That's a Pokemon.
Potato. Same shit.
Turns into Beedrill, I think. It's like Weedle, Kakuna, and Beedrill.
Kiba would slap you with his money.
Kaiba. He's saying Kaiba. Dude, Kaiba's got no hands. You could beat his.
So I'm not crazy.
He hasn't watched any good old stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, y'all get up off of it.
That's a Pokemon.
I'm trying to think of anybody in Dragon Ball I can take out, like an outlier.
There's nobody in Dragon Ball that you could beat. Nobody.
There might be.
Dude, you could probably take out fucking. You couldn't even take out Yajirobe, dude. Yajirobe.
I'm trying to think of a civilian. Won't you leave me alone? Damn.
You can take out a random bystander, sure.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't say they had to be a significant character.
Yu-Gi-Oh was my shit. I love playing the card game, dude. I played Yu-Gi-Oh professionally for like 2 years. Like I used to go to tournaments all the time.
Bulma, now I don't know. Bulma's scrappy. I feel like Bulma whooped that ass.
Dude, all Bulma got to do is like Vegeta. It's over.
Oh yeah, wait, no.
Over.
See, she can't. This ain't no tag game. You can't tag people in.
You couldn't even beat Videl, dude. Videl would rock your shit, bro.
Okay, maybe there's somebody like Demon Slayer.
The people that make the damn swords, you could probably kill one of them.
Shit, no. Did you see the one that's making Tanjiro's? That dude is jacked.
I said one of the dudes.
Yeah, maybe the little kid.
Guy. Yeah, you could take a little kid out.
I don't know. That little kid probably got a hard ass head like Tanjiro or something. You're gonna hit me in the knee and snap a leg.
I mean, from Final Fantasy VII, because she's just a kid. I mean, yo, you're onto something. See, you need to ask your wife who you could take out.
Man, I'm just gonna be friends with everybody. World needs a hero. That is not me.
You just gotta watch more anime, dude. Which is
I'm
not
working
a bad
on
problem
it.
to have.
It's time. I guess I gotta go to Blue Lock next. I don't know.
I wonder if you could beat Mineta from My Hero. Ooh, oh, you haven't
Blue
seen
Lock
that
or
anime,
My
though.
Hero? Which one's next?
Blue Lock is shorter, so I would go with that one. My Hero is, you don't like My Hero, I think, but it's a lot. You haven't even watched Naruto yet, dude. I just thought about that.
Mm-mm.
Damn.
Mm-mm. Nope, I haven't. Is there anybody I can beat from Attack on Titan?
Yeah, fucking Armin. You could beat Armin's ass before
Armin's smart though. He'll probably be like, his knees have such and such
Armin can't fight. He was remember Armin was getting his ass beat. If it wasn't for Aaron and Mikasa, he would have got his shit rocked.
Yeah, he'll probably figure out my weakness.
So, yo, I asked Jordan the same question, and he said Brock from Pokemon.
Damn, y'all are picking on some. Why can't you just say Ash? Why aren't y'all picking on Ash?
Dude, we are bullying these Pokemon
I know all
characters.
of y'all are like hating on Pokemon people.
Naruto is my all time favorite anime. Yo, that's a good one. Let me ask you, H is so with Naruto, are you counting Naruto and Naruto Shippuden as a whole collective, or just one of them? Yeah, dude, saying Brock is wild. That's hilarious.
Y'all ought to be ashamed. He's counting as a whole.
Okay, cool. That's fair, dude. Next question for you, H. Who's your favorite character in Naruto? And yes, I will be judging you harshly based off
Oh,
of your answer. Because if it's one of three people that I'm thinking of, then you're dead to me. I'm just kidding. You're not dead to me. But I do want to know who your favorite is. No judgment. I am judging you, but I'm going to say no judgment because I feel better. I'm judging.
I have no input on this because I've never watched Naruto. So
Naruto is clean, bro. Naruto's great. Naruto's fantastic. Especially now that I'm an adult, going back and watching Naruto again, it's the only thing I don't like about Naruto is the it's like the ending.
what do you rate
It's like
Blue Lock?
the very end. Sokka from Avatar is a fantastic. Whoa, actually, you know what? Take that back because Sokka learned how to fight. So don't. Yeah, I wouldn't like the beginning of Avatar, absolutely, but Sokka did learn how to
Christian,
fight. So I don't know
Blue
about that
Lock
one.
rating.
If I had to rate it right now, I give it an 8.
There's 2 seasons though, so I got like 30 episodes.
No, it's like I don't even think it's that many. Let me check.
28 or
Check.
29.
It
I
go
hope.
quick.
Do what?
Only 30 minutes. It's only 24 episodes, dog. You got this.
I feel like I don't have this.
Yeah, you got this. You totally got it.
I feel like I have to watch Cobra Kai first. I'm
Oh my
surprised you
god.
haven't watched Cobra Kai because you're like,
I haven't watched Cobra Kai on purpose because I knew they were splitting it up and I wanted to watch all of
because
it.
you've been like all into it. I'm ready for it to end. I think it's ran its course. I think we're.
I mean, I like it. I think all the people are like too old now, so like they gotta end.
Yeah, because
This
Blue
Cobra Kai
Beetle's
is one
already
of those
saving the
things.
world and stuff. He needs a.
Yeah, I agree 100.
He's probably
percent
the best part of it though. He stands out. I do like that actor.
H, where you at with that favorite character?
Oh,
Because we
he's
gotta
thinking
wrap this
hard.
up. He's thinking hard.
You
We
got him
definitely gotta wrap
pondering.
this up. Early season Sokka, that is fair. I get it. I get it.
Miss Sin's over here picking on all kinds of people.
Just bullying
I
people.
know she is. We need to have a discussion. Somebody.
No, but I love the answers. I'm not. I do really, I really like the answers. We literally just
There you go.
ran through the entire roster. Hashirama is one of my favorites. Yo, Hashirama is slick as fuck. I love Hashirama. That's a great answer. That's a fantastic answer.
What were the
Hard
three
question. That is a hard
unacceptable
question.
ones?
Three unacceptable. The first unacceptable one is Sasuke. That's a no-no for me. 100%. Jonzo is trash. Jonzo's nobody's favorite character, so like I knew you're not like a fool. And then what's another character that I hate? Um, Jesus Christ, I can't think of his name right now. Itachi, Sasuke, someone else. I bet. Yeah, I actually don't hate Itachi. I think Itachi is overhyped because of how people. No, that's actually I'll take that back. I don't think Itachi's overhyped. He if you like Itachi, that's what's up. Sasuke though, nah, that's an absolute no no. Sakura, another no no. She does some cool things in the show, but her character as a whole, oh my gosh, she's so annoying. And the way that she treated Naruto in Shippuden, not in regular Naruto, like when they were older, the way that she tried to do Naruto was unacceptable. And he saw right through her bullshit. I was so glad because I thought he was gonna fall for that for a second. But nah, my boy went hard. My favorite characters, even though you didn't ask, that we're on the same page. Love Rock Lee, 100%. Always gonna love Rock Lee. I wish that they did him better. Um, I love Gara. Love Gara. Always love Gara. One of my favorite characters of all time. And another character that I really like. You already said Hashirama, so I don't want to copy you. I think. I mean, Jiraiya, dude. Like, Jiraiya's a G. I think that he's gross, but he's a G. Killer Bee is fantastic as well, man. Like, yeah, you like some really good characters. I'll tell you another character that I fuck with, Kasame. I really like Kasame. Great villain. Yeah, dude, Pervy Sage, great character, man. Yeah, he lives up to that name 100%. He is essentially Master Roshi, but even worse. But I love him, bro. He gets shit done. He gets shit done. I love him so much.
Have you been watching the new Dragon Ball?
Daima, I haven't watched Daima yet because I also want to binge that. So it's almost time for me to be able to binge it, and I'm excited.
I've watched 2 episodes. It's only in sub, right? Like I think that's only.
It's only a sub. It's only a sub right now. I don't even care if it's in sub. Like I really want to watch Daima, but I'm purposely staying away from.
I've only watched 2. I'm going
spoilers.
real slow with it. I'm kind of like waiting a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the first 2 episodes I've liked from what I've watched. Like
Yeah.
it's the art's really good. The animation style is really good. So we'll see where the story leads. But all right, that's enough. We have rambled on, so we're gonna wrap the episode up here. Episode 120 is coming to an end. If you would like your question to be featured on the last call section of the episode or an episode, go over to kick.com/IamSinister. We film these live every Wednesday evening. You can also find us on social media at Sippin With Sin, SIPPIN with Sin, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, all that good stuff. Drop your last call question there, or go to my Discord, and there is a whole section just for Sippin With Sin where you can drop your questions there to get it featured. Episodes come out every 8 a.m. Wednesdays, 8 a.m. Central Time, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and youtube.com/IamSinister. So go thumbs up, favorite them, subscribe to them, follow them, all that stuff. Show it to a friend, spread the word, share it, enjoy it, all that good stuff. Again, we film these Wednesday evenings, 7 p.m. Central Time over at kick.com/IamSinister. And yeah, that's where all that is. Give us cinema suggestions on one of the places we just said, or I just said, or come in the chat and give us cinema suggestions. We're always looking to add to our list and keep this segment going. It's fun. I think Christian's enjoying it too, getting to review movies and check out new movies, whether it's something we've seen or something brand new like Don't Move was. And then, of course, you can find me on my socials at IamSinister TV, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff. You can find me streaming over on kick.com/IamSinister, doing live vocals, doing music reactions, doing some games, horror stuff. And then this podcast, obviously, we do live on Kick. And I do my other one when we have the guest scheduled and schedules are not crazy. Behind the Vocals, you can also find that on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and then the episode videos are on youtube.com/IamSinister and filmed.kick.com/IamSinister. And that's where you can find me. That's it for my plugs. Shameless plugs. It's time for Christian to plug his.
Guys, you guys can find me right now on Inc. That's all. You guys can also find me on the TikTok at my full name, Christian Vincent. Contrary to popular belief, I don't like social media that much, so those guys can try to find me. I will be working on more social media as time rolls on, just not at this moment.
He's lying. He's telling lies. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here until episode 122. We are shutting it down for 121. It's time for Christian to lock the door.
Guys, thank you so much yet again for tuning in to another episode of Sipping With Sin. We appreciate you. Do all the YouTube stuff, do all the Spotify, leave reviews, every single thing you send us. I'm going to leave you guys with 3 words. 3 words to leave you with every episode. If this is your first time being here, listen very carefully because these 3 words might save your life. Those 3 words are: don't get gutted.
See you guys next week.